Hey YouTube, Jason here. In this video, I'll be going over exactly what I'll be doing, and I'll be doing it live step by step on researching a few article topics and the article outlines for the highly converting and high ranking articles that my agency writes for my law firm clients. I need to actually do this for a deliverable, and so I thought I might as well record it and actually just record how I do it, the process, my considerations as I go through researching the content topics and the article topics and the article subtopics as well. So as well as creating the outline. I won't be writing the actual article itself in this video. I'll be doing that in another video. Otherwise, it would be way too long. But I will be writing articles as well in the next video. I guess in a future video to show you in more depth how I actually write these videos. To show you in depth how I actually write these articles. So this is going to be less of a scripted video and more of a just follow along and watch what I do as I speak my thoughts and what my next steps will be. So I don't know how people like this type of format or this type of video style, but happy to take on more suggestions and feedback. And yeah, so I'll just go ahead. The background for what I'll be doing today is I've recently started engaging a law firm who wants to build their online presence in terms of they want to build their online presence for their expertise in charity law, non-for-profit law, and charity governance, charity standards, that type of area of law. It's quite niche, which I really enjoy because it's an area of law that I don't often. Actually, I never actually had any experience in this type of law previously as a lawyer, nor as doing my business here, helping law firms grow. So follow along and see what I'll be doing as I find the topics that we should be writing about and the outlines for those topics as well. So I'm based in Sydney, Australia, and I know for a fact that that there is one law firm that has done quite a lot of articles in this area of law, and so this law firm is not my client. birchgrovelegal.com.au is not my client, but I will be starting off researching the articles that they have written and really sort of being inspired by their current articles that they've published and seeing what type of content we should be publishing for this client as well. So I've started looking at keysearch.co. I've never used this tool before, but someone in the Facebook comments suggested using it, and I might as well start using it. So this is me just doing the process live, and I'll cut boring stuff out in the middle, so it's only the important, cool things that I'll leave in the video. So don't mind me as I started using the competitor analysis tool in Keysearch and clicked on what is it? I think it was organic keysearch. Yeah, organic keywords. I typed in the competitor law firm's URL and just looking at which sort of articles get them highest, or which sort of keywords get the highest volume, but the keywords are specific enough to a specific content or specific topic, or a specific question that will make a good article topic to write about. So I'm just looking here. It looks like this website. Let me have a look at the position. What do they rank first in? Okay, so they rank first for the actual own keyword. That makes sense. Okay, public benevolent institution. Okay, that looks pretty good. Again, I don't have any experience, so I don't really understand any of a lot of the articles are ranking. So I'll do have to read it myself. But at the very least, I'm gonna just do initial search. Deed poll, they get, okay, so people just Google deed poll? Really? Let me have a look. What is a deed poll? Deed poll, deed poll. It's not really, oh, okay. So there's Birch Grove, they rank on the first page. Okay, promises, what makes a deed poll special? This is very basic. This is a very basic article that they ranked on the first page for. That gives me an indication that that this keyword doesn't require too much to rank highly on. Although the first ranked article for this keyword looks pretty good. So this is the first consideration: is looking at the high volume, high position keywords that a certain competitor is ranking highly for, and just looking at the competition. I'm looking at the competition for that particular topic or keyword, and just seeing how much effort is involved, or anticipating how much effort will be involved to write an article that ranks highly. And when I say ranks highly, at the very bare minimum, I want it to rank on the first page, but ideally, I always look at the first 2 or 3 position search results to see, because those are the standards, right? I want to rank first. I want to rank at the very least second. So I need to look at the articles that are ranking first, second, and third, and seeing just how well researched, how well written those articles are. So law path. This is some information that's that you don't really necessarily need to know, but it's something that you would know if you are focusing on a niche, which I recommend doing. Because I'm in the law niche, I know that LawPath, Legal Vision, and Sprint Law, they're pretty heavy hitters in terms of digital marketing, so they would know to write articles well in an easy to read format, and structured well as well. So, and that's clearly the case with the first article by LawPath. Let's have a look at Legal Vision and Sprint Law. So these LawPath, Legal Vision, and Sprint Law, they are all digital market. They're like new age law firms that popped up in the last decade or so. That they're trying to disrupt the legal industry of big top 5, big top 10 law firms, and trying to be more digital and savvy, essentially. So that's why it looks like these articles are pretty well written. I wouldn't be targeting for my client law firm. I wouldn't be targeting a keyword like deed polls in general, because it's too general. It's too general and not really specific to a topic or a question that in an area of law that they want to target, which again is not-for-profit law, charity law, charities, essentially. How to set up a charity, Australia. That's a pretty good first topic, I guess. How to set up a charity. Let me have the only problem with here's my thinking. How to set up a charity, Australia is a very good topic to write an article about. The only thing, and I've Googled this already, the only thing with how to set up so here's the reason why it's good. This keyword is good because it is specific to the area of law that my law firm client wants to target, which is charity law or anything legal and charity related. The other good thing about this is it's very targeted in the sense that it's asking one simple question of how to set up a charity law. So it's not as general as Charity Australia or deed polls, because those two examples, they don't answer a specific question. This one answers a specific question, which is this is exactly the type of keyword and type of article that I would write. The only downside with this type of the keyword is because. Okay, so this is also very high. I guess let me have a look how high volume this is. I assume this is quite high volume. Okay, so go back to key search. I'm on a free trial, by the way, so I'm not sure how great this tool is, but it looks decent, so I'll just keep using it for now. Keywords research. How to start a charity. I want to see how much volume there is. I assume it's quite high volume. Oh, not really, because it says here how to start a charity, 320. 320 is pretty good. 320 is pretty good. But it also means that this is... Okay, so... Here's why... Here's the only negative of targeting this particular key search, right? Even though it's targeted in terms of answering one specific answer, even though it's targeted in the terms that even though it's targeted in the sense that it is related to one specific question that we can answer with a really good article, and besides the fact that this is related to the area of law that our law firm client wants to really increase their digital authoritative experience and expertise in online. What sucks about this is that because it's high volume, there's a lot of people already ranking for it, and not only that, it's got the first two search results are from ACNC. ACNC is the Australian Charities and Not-for-Profit Commission, which is a government website, and so nothing beats a search term. Sorry, nothing ranks higher for this type of search term than a government website, which means that it's very difficult. Right? It's very difficult to for a newbie like this law firm who wants to rank high for this type of keywords. So it's difficult for them to rank one or two. And also, psychologically speaking, people who want to start a charity, they'll look directly at the government website. It's actually quite well written already. And there's YouTube videos on how to set it up already as well. So there's a lot of resources on how to set up a charity, or how to start a charity. Like no one's not going to look at tissue liner and the lower search results on how to start a charity. And you're not only competing. The other thing is, if I were to write an article for this, the law firm won't only be competing with the government website, which is already ranking so high. They'll also be competing with not only law firms, which there's not many here. There's only two, but also be competing with actual charity websites, like not-for-profit law or more. I think is Moore's a law firm, but also be competing with Philanthropy Australia. Let's have a look. Yeah, this law firm article doesn't. You can see this one is very long, and I assume it's because they try to stuff a lot of keywords in there, and even then, this law firm is not even ranked. It's ranked, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's ranked 5, halfway up the page, halfway down the page. Really, when you think about it, this one, Sharrock Pittman Legal, also rather long, I guess. It's probably it's less than word count than the TLFC law firm, but it also means that this Sharrock Pittman Legal is the second last search result. So this one, let's have a look at page 2. Yeah, there's a lot of articles on how to start a charity, and not only that, you're competing with a global audience, with global websites too, competitors. You know, there's .com, Forbes.com. I don't know about this one yet. The only reason I would write an article for this is not to rank high, because it's going to be difficult ranking high. The only reason I'll write it is so we could complete at least we have a topic in the client's new insights library. They have a topic on how to start a charity. So it's for completeness sake. I'll Although keysearch.co does say the competition is fairly easy with a score of 28. I don't really know what that means. How to start a charity Australia. Let's have a look at that one. If it's a bit more geographically targeted, I wonder if it's volume is 70. I mean, and the competition is around the same still. I'll put it as a. I mean, if you're gonna be writing 5 topics a month, I'll start off with this one. I'll put this one in. So here's topic number 1. I'll actually open up a Google Drive or something like that, and let me see if I could. Put the topics in there. Okay, cool. So topic number 1: how to start a charity. How to start a charity, Australia. Cool. So the reason for this topic is why this topic has been chosen is because, and these reasons won't change broadly as I proceed with finding the other topics. So it really is to emphasize to you that that as long as we stick with the principles, there are a few good principles that we've got to stick by, right? There's no shortcuts. There's no variety of different reasons why something's good or not. When something's good to do, there's usually a few good reasons, and those reasons apply in most situations. So yeah, so topic 1, how to start a charity in Australia. Pro, I guess. This is for the audience. This is for you guys to putting the pros and cons of each topic and why I've chosen it. So I'm just going to put it in here. I'll delete the pros and cons and just leave the topic when I do send it to the client for their topic review or topic approval. So pros are targeted in its purpose. Answer one question of how to start a charity. Yep. So it's not a broad general sort of thing. It's one specific topic that we're gonna have to write a really, really, really good article for, which I'm confident we can. Targeted in purpose. Number 2, the pro is relatively high search volume. This has relatively high search volume for the niche that I am in, right? If someone's going to be googling, best surfboards in Australia, or that's going to be a lot more higher volume than how to start a charity in Australia. Just because surfboards and charities, which one, right? I don't think I have to explain my reasoning further. I think everyone understands what that means. Relatively high search volume, and what I noticed as well about the third pro, and actually I'll write it down first. What is it? How would I say it? Clear area of improvement over other competitors. Okay, what do I mean by that? This is something I just realized, actually. Okay, skipping all the ads, right? Let's look at... We'll look at the... Okay, we'll include the government websites as well, right? 1, 2... We'll look at... There's a third, 4th, 5th... Okay, cool. Sweet. Okay, so the first search result's not an article at all. It's just got links. So not very helpful, but it's actually a good thing because it means that most people probably won't be, when they click on this one, most people when they want to click on an article or search result, they expect to see the answer straight away. And here, they don't really see the answer straight away. I'm sure the ACNC website developer or the CEO, had a different idea as to why they wanted to do this. It makes sense. I can see why they make. You know what? I'm gonna just stop. Okay, the second search result is before you start a charity, what you should do. Okay, here's another reason why it's a good idea to write an article for this to make sure to have it rank higher. Is that the top few search results, they don't have any tables or infographics. It's all text and a little bit of lists. And when I say lists, it means these dot point lists. So that is a clear area that we could include in our article to increase the chances of ranking for this keyword. And what I'll do, this is again part of my research, and it's actually taking slower than it would usually because I'm filming a video and explaining my thought process. So I want you to be confident that it's not going to take this long. And maybe the first few tries it will take this long as you understand or try to understand what I'm doing, the steps, the thinking. But I want you to. I'm really just showing everything. So I've got a neuron writer, and I've created a new query for this search term. The reason why I'm doing this, I show you guys why I'm doing this. Okay, almost done. 99%. If I refresh, let me see if that would. No. Okay, let's click into that. Okay. Right, so I've just entered the query in Neuron Writer. Okay. Where is, I'm pretty sure, oh, here it is. Okay, so I've entered, so the query just finished. I've just added the top 10 search results. Doesn't really matter. I'll include Birchgrove as well, actually, just because they're the main competitor I'm trying to get research from. I'm gonna go to competition tab, and then I'm gonna go to, where is it? Yes, the SERP layout and features. So just so if you don't understand what is SERP, SERP is, I think, search engine. I'm just going to go to the SERP layout and features. And here is, okay. So why am I looking at this page? Well, this page shows whether the top 10 searches or however many search results they've highlighted what type of elements on their blog post or their search result or their page, what type of elements they have, and these elements actually, if they have all of these elements on their web page, it actually helps them rank higher. So if you have an image, if you have a video, if you have iframe, don't know what that is, if you have a table, if you have a form, it helps you rank higher. And that's how I understand it. So as we can see here, most of the top search results actually just have an image, which is essentially a guarantee. So that's not that important because every article or web page has an image. But you can also see that none of them has a video, except for the last one, Sprint Law actually. None of them has iframe. Again, I'm going to ignore that because I don't know what iframe is. Most of them don't have a table, and only some of them have a form. But also lists as well. I don't know why lists aren't included in here, but this shows that there's some room, so there is some sort of chance of ranking high among these search results because we could put in the table in the article to try to have a chance of competing. I'm just going to look at Sprint Law, their article, because they have an image, and a video, and an iframe. I'm just curious as to how theirs look like. Because Sprint Law is again, the digital marketing is quite top notch because they're switched on in a new age sort of law firm. So it's me just doing a bit more competitive research as to what's involved. So they have. Is this an article or is this a? I guess this is a services landing page. So that's why they're not ranking very high. They're ranking 15th, and they have a video, and the video is generic video. Okay, so not much help there. I thought this was a blog article that had a video, in which case it would have been helpful to see what the video was about. Okay, cool. So that's the third reason. It's because there is clearly something that we could do better than all of the articles that are currently top ranking. And what is that thing? It's to include a table. To be honest, that really is the pro. The negative, right, is pretty high competition. Actually, it's rather high competition. It is high competition. A lot of, I guess, articles exist on this topic, and that's why it's high competition. And so it means lesser chance of ranking first, second, or third, or on the first page. Although I'm quite confident we could get an article rank on the first page. So that's topic number one. Cool. Let's move on to the second topic. I'll be doing 5 topics here in this video. Next one. So I'm looking at the highest ranking articles for Birch Grove Legal, and just seeing I'm firstly looking at which key term has rather high volume, and then seeing what the topic is about. New South Wales charity stamp duty exemptions. Okay, but this is for stamp duty exemptions. So instead of using keysearch.co, I'm just looking at the competitors' insights library instead, and just seeing what they have there, because sometimes it's more helpful just looking at the articles itself or the scrolling through the website itself. And the first thing I'm looking at is anything related to charity or anything related to non-for-profit. Okay, cool. This one. What does it mean for a DGR on NFP entity to be in Australia? So now I clicked on this article because it's answering one simple question of what does it mean for DGR or NFP entity to be in Australia. This is related to not-for-profit, clearly because of the abbreviation NFP, but also mentions DGR, which, from my understanding, is it's like a regulation or something. So I'm just reading the article itself. I'm just trying to get educated in this topic because speaking with a law firm that I'm working with, DGR is quite an important topic for the legal work that they're doing in the charity and non-for-profit space. So that's why I'm just trying to educate myself on this topic. So I'll just skip through me reading this article, but I do want to read it, so let me just read it first. Okay, cool. I just read this article, kind of, and I sort of understand it now. So I don't know, you probably don't care watching this video, but I probably edited this out actually, but I just want to record it a little bit. DGR means a deductible gift recipient. Okay, cool. And so this article is trying to, and this article is talking about one particular criteria for a non-for-profit entity to be considered a deductible gift recipient, and that criteria is that non-for-profit entity must be in Australia. And so this article is essentially trying to answer what does it mean for a non-for-profit entity to be in Australia in order for it to be eligible to become a deductible gift recipient. So that's what it is. Okay. Well, in that case, that's a pretty good topic because this is, as I understand it, to become a deductible gift recipient as a non-for-profit organisation in Australia, it means that it's actually quite important in terms of attracting donations from people donating to you, right? It's important because if someone donates money to a non-for-profit organisation that's considered a deductible gift recipient, it means that whatever that donation that the donor gives, that becomes tax deductible for them, and so they save a bit of money essentially, and it actually reduces. I think it reduces the amount of income that actually gets taxed because they donated some of their money to a charity that's considered a deductible gift recipient. And so it's so thinking about it, people who want to donate money, they would rather donate to a charity or a not-for-profit organisation that is considered a DGR or a deductible gift recipient, as opposed to donating to a charity or not-for-profit that is not a DGR, simply because they can save more money. Right, simply because the donor can save more money. So I'm assuming, as the way I understand it, it's really important for a charity or not-for-profit organisation to become a deductible gift recipient. And so that is a good topic to write about, how to become a deductible gift recipient as a charity. So let me just Google that. How to become what is it? What is it? A deductible gift recipient charity. Let me just Google that. Okay. Not-for-profit law keeps popping up. I want to see what they do. Okay. Alright, so I just did a quick Google research for how to become a deductible gift recipient charity. And again, it's mostly government websites, but it's mostly government websites with one law firm there, and maybe I think a few non-for-profit in the mix as well. Not-for-profit. This is not a law firm website. This is a So they've used a DGR. They've created these guys have created a lead magnet. Which is essentially a form. To all the people out there who have forms on their website to collect leads, I'm so sorry if I put some details in there. I've probably wasted your time. You can see the placeholder stuff I put in, but okay, we'll just go through the lead magnet. It's a pretty good lead magnet, and I mean, but it looks very boring to read. Oh, it's just an article, but in the form of clickable pages and a few questions to lead you down. Okay, cool. It's not that interesting, but it's good that they have a lead magnet in there on the article. But the article is not that long either. And actually, if the article had all the information that was in the lead magnet, it would probably rank higher because that article would have a lot more keywords that Google would. So for Google to think that it's a more relevant article, but the article is very short. The article is very short and actually leads into a lead magnet that has the gist of it, that has more of the information. So not a very good article. So I'm pretty confident I could probably rank on the first page for this one as well. Let me have a look at some of the government websites. The reason why government websites, although they rank highly, okay. Here's what I'm thinking when I'm looking at this topic here. I haven't looked at the search volume yet, but it's not as important, the search volume, to me, simply because I understand that becoming a deductible gift recipient for a charity is an important concern. And so it is going to be a valuable article for my law firm client to write about. And so I'm not really that, and because of that, I'm not too concerned about the search volume. Search volume, I was looking at it initially when I was looking at the first topic, or just beginning my search in general, is for me to understand a bit more about this area of law in general, to see what type, just have another sort of source of information to advise me on what type of content, topics, answers, issues, scenarios are more relevant to this area of law. Once I've become a little bit more educated in this area of law, I could also rely on my own understanding of the law or understanding of the niche or the industry to also, come up with ideas which would be good topics to write about, which will provide value, right? So that's why I'm not too stressed or fussed about looking at the search volume for every single topic, or having the search volume become the determining factor as to whether I should write about an article or not. Okay, I'm pretty confident I could write a good article that ranks pretty high for this topic as well. And I'll write the pros and cons for it as well. Let me have a look at the search volume. I would still like to know. It's not going to be a determining factor, but the only reason why I'm looking at for a search volume now, even though I've sort of set my mind on writing this topic, is so I could just educate myself on the industry a little bit more. Just see what people are Googling. Oh, the volume is 0. Interesting. That is interesting. Okay, I'm quite skeptical that no one Googles this, or it's not a relevant topic at all because of my understanding of the industry, and um, that may sound like I'm just trying to justify why I'm using this, why I'm trying to write this topic, but it's also because I'm not. That's not the only reason why, but I'm looking at the other related keywords, and they all get some search volume. Tax deductible gift recipient, and that's rather broad, and that's even though it's got 30, I don't want to write a target. Maybe I should. Let me look. Let me see what other. See these articles, these topics here are these key searches here. I try to avoid these ones because it's not really answering a question or anything, and so it's just a topic. This one, deductible gift recipient. Let me have a look at that one. It's brought so. Okay. Alright. So here's what I'll do. Sorry, let me just edit this. Topic 2. What is a deductible and gift recipient? Topic 3 is how to become a deductible recipient. Both of them will be targeting the search term, the deductible gift recipient for both of these. And I'm going to try to write 2 separate articles that rank for that particular search term. And this is, I'm going to just type this out first and then explain why in a second. Okay, cool. So, here's why topic 2 and topic 3 are what is a deductible gift recipient and how to become a deductible gift recipient, respectively. The reason for that is because of the search term that I'm targeting. So I'm targeting deductible gift recipient because, according to Key Search, it's essentially got the highest volume in search. It's got the highest volume of searches every month for this area of topic, right? It's got 720 apparently, and when I scroll down, there's really no other related topic about DGR that's close to that amount of search volume, and so that's why so this actually has become. So the search volume actually has become and for this particular topic, or topic 2 and 3, the search volume has become sort of the determining factor. It's because the original search term of how to become a DGR charity apparently has very, very low volume, and so I have to sort of pivot my approach in finding the topics in relation to this topic here. I have to pivot my approach to find the article topics for this particular topic about DGR. I have to pivot my method. So now, because it's this search term that has the highest volume, I'm going to target this search term. Unfortunately, and this is something that you'll need to know as well, which is what I'm saying in the video. Unfortunately, this search term is rather broad in terms of why are people searching this, right? Why are people searching deductible gift recipient? It could be because people don't know what it is. It could be because they've heard of it, but they don't know what it is. It could be because they've seen it somewhere and they want to find out a bit more information about how to become a deductible gift recipient as a charity, and that really is the two reasons why. So this search term is actually quite broad because it's not clear as to why people are searching for it. The deductible gift recipient is not answering a question, right? It's just a thing. If you've not already noticed, I like to target specific questions, so it's easier for me to write a topic about the specific question. But because this search volume is very high, 720 a month, I'd rather target this keyword instead. And so, because it's broad, I need to have articles. I can't just write an article on deductible gift recipients. It's not really answering a question, right? When we narrow it down, I think the way I understand it from Googling the other search results is that there's two main reasons people are searching for this term. First is because they don't know what it is, right? That could be because they want to donate to a charity, and so they want to understand why or which charity to choose to donate to, or what the effects are if they donate to one specific charity compared to another specific charity that is DGR, where the other one may not be DGR. So that's reason number one, intent number one. Second intent is the second intent that I could really think of is people who are representing charities. They want to find out more about how to become a DGR specifically, right? How to become a DGR specifically. So two main reasons I assume from the research I've done, from looking at the top search results, is finding out. First reason is understanding what is DGR, right? So definition of what is DGR. And the second is how to become a DGR as a charity. So because those are the two main intents, I'm going to write two topics on it, targeting the same search term. The first topic is what is a deductible gift recipient and its benefits, right? Because when people find out what it is, they also want to know what are the effects, what are the benefits to them or to someone else, or the drawbacks to them or to someone else. And the second topic is how to become a DGR as a charity, as a non-for-profit. So when someone Googles this search term, because it's got such high search volume, right? A lot of people will be Googling it, and a lot of people will have different intents. And so we'll make sure, or I can't make sure, but I'm going to write two articles addressing two different search intents or two different questions that two different audiences have that are happening to Google the same term. And so we're going to try to get these two articles ranking on the first page. So we have, so we not only have bigger presence on the first page for this particular search term, which means more organic traffic to our client, but also it also means that just from someone who's Googling this search term, just by scrolling the first page, they could see two articles that one of which will directly answer their question, right? Because when we're scrolling this now, you can see that the meta titles is so generic. It's just deductible gift recipient, deductible gift recipient, deductible gift recipient specific listing, deductible gift recipient eligibility, right? It's very specific. It's very generic. And so what I'll be writing if the client accepts these topics. For topic number 2, the meta title that will appear in the search results would be, what is a deductible gift recipient and its benefits, right? So people can understand. So this is the information this is the information that I'll see when I click on this article, is to find out what it is and what it means for me. So that's topic number 1 or topic number 2, right? And the other topic is how to become a deductible gift recipient as an NFP or charity. So very clearly calls out the people who are looking for this particular question to be answered. And yeah, so that's that. So the pros, it's this particular topic. The pro is it's targeted in its purpose, answers one question of what it is and how it benefits me. That's sort of 2 questions, but they're very, very related, and it's better to put them in one article as opposed to splitting them into 2 and not having enough content and keywords in 2 articles, right? Again, I wouldn't put in too many different related topics into one article because it becomes less targeted. So you'll see it from my, I guess, future videos. I enjoy making these videos. It's just me sort of speaking out loud what I'm thinking, and while I'm doing the thing I need to do, and hoping that it helps people. Because just going on mini rant, I guess, like I'd rather make long videos that provides all the value that I could provide, and then having the audience such as yourself being comfortable that there is all this information out there, as opposed to having like a 1 minute or 10-minute video that doesn't really go to depth, and it's just sort of a surface level information that you can't really do anything with it. So I'd rather give you all the information and have these long videos than short information, or than barely any information in short videos. Again, I'm new to YouTube. I don't know. Maybe the algorithm doesn't like it. Maybe you guys don't like long videos. I'm just going to change. I'll change depending on feedback, right? But it's just how I approach it. I'd rather provide value than to make shorter content that doesn't really help. Maybe I can make content that's short and helpful. I don't know. I might get better at YouTube and do that. But for now, I'd rather make long videos that I'm sure will provide a lot of value, as opposed to short videos that I'm very iffy as to whether it's very helpful at all. So pro for the second topic number 3 actually, is, again, it's targeted in its purpose. Answers one question of how to become a DGR as an NFP or charity. I should probably... There we go. The pros are actually the same for both. A relatively high search volume. So this is the pro of the targeted search term. It's a pro that it's high search volume, but it's not a deal breaker that it's not high verbs. It's a pro that it's relatively high search volume, but if it's not a deal breaker. And clear area of improvement. So here is the clear area of improvement for these articles over other competitors. It is the fact that article will clearly call out and answer one specific. Let me just say what it's. Let's just have a look. Let me close all these because they're not very helpful. Bam, bam. Dun, 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 dun. Let's just have a look if there's any tables and graphs on this. Not really. Okay. They don't. This one's very short. They don't. They've got lists, but not many. No tables at all. Okay. It's got a table, but it's very short. This one has an infographic. Okay. This one's actually right. I mean, we've got an infographic and we've got a table and that's pretty good. This one's not very good. Okay, so it does. So there is clear area of improvement. It's rather mixed in the sense that some articles are very short, so less keywords. Some articles are long, but they don't have any tables, so we could put in the table there into our own article. And some have lists or infographics, but are rather short or don't have tables as well. So we could certainly write a better article that's longer in length, has more keywords, includes a table, includes lists. If I have time, I'll make an infographic. So we want to make like the best article, right? So we want to include all these things. And because the first page search results are the same for topic 2 and topic 3, I already done the research. I already know that there are clear improvements over competitors for topic 3 as well. So let's go to topic 4. Let's go to topic 4. I really hope that this video is helpful to someone out there. So, okay, let me just see what's another, okay. There's a case study. Let's have a look at the case study. Okay. So this is a checklist. Someone wrote it. Okay. This is a quite a nice blog page. That's quite nice. How do they do this? How do they do that? I need to learn how to do that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm just looking at the navigation of the index table of contents. It stays there constantly. I wonder if it's mobile receptive. Sorry, mobile. It stays there for a tablet, but it's very nicely. This blog article is very nicely structured for conversion and readability, and the reason for that is because it's got a very clear topic as a title. It's got a table of contents that people can quickly scroll to read the information that they really care about without having to scroll past a whole bunch of text. And this table of contents it stays consistent throughout the whole page, so it's always there, which I really like. It's really nifty. I've never seen a blog article do that. I wonder how they could do it. And also, these topics are very these subtopic headings are very clear and simple to understand as well, because this one's clearly talking about legal structure, right? This one's clearly talking about obligations that you need to consider. This one's clearly talking about who can register. It's very clear, straightforward. I really like that. This is a good example. I should probably bookmark this. I want to show it to my web developer and see how we could do something similar with this floating TOC. We are getting sidetracked though in terms of the focus of this video, so let me just keep researching. I mean, this is a good one. Starting a charity checklist. Let me Google that. Starting a charity checklist. I wonder what type of search results come up with this. Okay, so there's a few checklist type of articles already. Okay. 8 things, 8 issues. Let's have a look at some of the competitors. Obviously, you've got to start with the government website. And also a few law firms. Website for, I don't know what that is, I guess. Allied Legal is another law firm. Let's have a look at these ones first. Yeah, okay, so this is a government website. It's got a few considerations, that's good. Next one is a law firm. I'll probably look at this firm in the future as well. This Sharrock Pittman Legal is another, I guess, competitive firm that I'll be keeping my eyes on and doing some research in, because their articles, they clearly put some thought into creating articles in the charity and not-for-profit space. This one is I won't go into writing. I have another topic. I have another video on sort of showing what's a good blog article and what's not a very good blog article. I won't go into further detail on that in this video. But okay, cool. Consider your purpose or resources, legal structure. Okay, yeah, they sort of all cover the same information. Okay, they cover all the same information. There's clearly an area of improvement that we could write for this topic, and that is including actual lists and tables and infographics. This topic would be quite easy to create an infographic for, because it's just a checklist essentially. Let me see if there are any infographics on this. Okay, I mean, but then there are quite a few infographics on how to start a not-for-profit, but I don't think these are Australian. Because you can see here, checklist for starting a not-for-profit organization in Maryland, in Virginia. Oh, I see what these guys are doing. At the risk of going on another tangent, the reason why infographics are really helpful with SEO and bringing organic traffic to your website or to your article is because you're able to also. So obviously, everyone knows about ranking in the search results for, I guess, in the all section, but you can also rank highly for the images search result as well, which a lot of people, well, most people don't actually do, right? Because you don't have an image that's helpful or is worthy of ranking. So you can see here, when we Google starting a checklist results, when we Google starting a charity checklist and we look at the images, all the top ranking ones are all checklists. The good thing is, most, if not all of these checklists aren't related to Australia or our jurisdiction. And so we could certainly put in something in here that would be relevant to only Australian charities. And so if you type in Australia, there's none, right? You can see there's none. So might as well. So again, infographics are helpful for bringing organic traffic from the image search results, which again, not many people would go to images if they want to start a charity, if they want to have a look at a charity checklist, but it's still a source of traffic. And secondly, having an infographic also helps with ranking your article in the all search results as well. So that's why infographics are really helpful for SEO. And I can see here what this company is doing, Instrumental, is they've essentially copy pasted the same infographic and just changed the the jurisdiction. And obviously there are a few different things changed, right? Like the government fee, the government website and stuff. But that's really simple. Oh, that's really smart. I could probably do something for every state. But again, no, actually, our law firm is national. The law firm that I'm working for this one is national, and so it would help actually to have a checklist for every state or jurisdiction. Maybe I'll think about it. So let me just. That is certainly another topic I could do. I would say starting a charity checklist. Something like that. I could think of the topic main title a bit further later on. And the targeted search term. Let me just make sure that there's enough search volume. Again, it's not a deal breaker, but it's good to set some expectations for myself and for the client as well. Okay, so I guess not many people are Googling specifically starting a charity checklist, which makes sense because most people will probably just Google starting a charity. So let me have a look. I need to upgrade my plan. That's okay, let me use another one. Keyword revealer. So keyword revealer is keyword revealer is a platform that I use sometimes. So let me have a look. What is it? Starting a non-profit. Okay, it's got around how to start a charity. Oh, actually pretty good how to start a charity. I guess I'll... Yeah, okay. So there's pretty high volume for how to start a charity in general, through 20. Starting not-for-profit. So, with starting a charity checklist, this topic is less of trying to bring traffic from search results and more just providing some value, right? Providing another resource for someone who's looking to start a charity. I don't know if that makes sense. But let me explain because it will be helpful. So, in my eyes, there's really two types of topics that I could write about in terms of SEO. The first is a topic that is written purely to rank high and get to try to get as much organic traffic as you can from a search term that has a lot of traffic, right? And so if there's a search term like how to start a charity that has 320 search results, searches a month, that's a lot of that's quite a lot of traffic, right? And so it's because it's got high volume that we want to write an article that ranks high to try to capture that traffic. So that's the first topic type. The second topic type is a topic that is less about trying to capture a lot of organic traffic from a search term and more about just beefing up the insights library of a client's law firm website. It's just to provide value. It's a topic that's less about trying to capture organic traffic and more about writing a topic that would help someone, or writing a topic that the firm thinks will help someone. because starting a checklist on starting a charity would be helpful, right? But it just means it would be helpful, but it's not. But not many people are googling it. Not many people are searching for that particular search term, and so it's not. So if you were to write this topic, it's less about trying to capture a lot of organic traffic that's going to a search term, and it's more about just trying to write an article that helps someone. And so it's striking a balance when we're coming up with 5 topics or 8 topics a month. It's striking a balance of writing topics and articles that are meant to capture a lot of search volume for a specific search term, and balancing that with number of topics that are really just to provide value that we think would just be helpful for people who are, in this area of law or potential clients. So it's striking a balance, and it's good to strike a balance. You don't want to have write a bunch of topics that are targeted just for optimizing to get organic search results. Yes, that's good, but you're going to run out of topics quickly because there's only a limited number of search terms, right? And secondly, you're missing out on an opportunity to provide more value to the site reader or your potential client or your potential customer, because you're ignoring actual topics that they may have in their heads, but not many people are writing about it. So for my clients, I always try to have a good balance of number of topics that are trying to get search results, or trying to rank high for SEO, and a number of articles that are really just providing value. And in the long term, writing articles that provide value as the main goal, as opposed to trying to get organic traffic, writing those articles actually helps with ranking the law firm or whichever company that you're working for, or your own company. It helps that main company rank highly for other search terms that are related, because Google will see that you have topical authority for this topic, and that you cover a wide range of topics under this umbrella area of law, and so it would rank you higher for that area of law. And that's exactly what happened with one of my law firm clients. That actually, it's what I talked about in my first video, my previous video. Because we've written 70, 80 articles. Some of those articles, right, are optimized to get a lot of traffic from high volume search terms, and then some of those articles are just to provide value, which are helpful and which not a lot of other people are writing about. Because we've got a balance like that, Google was able to see, wow, this law firm is a true topical authority, and so we should rank them higher. And that's why they rank number 1. Well, that's one of the reasons why they rank number 1 for their area of law in Australia. So that's why, again, I said in the beginning, it's not the search volume is not, and it is not a make or break in determining whether an article should be written about or a topic should be written about. So I would, again, the targeted search term, I would still use how to search charity in Australia, because that really is the highest volume. So might as well target it for that, because not many people are Googling starting a charity checklist. And so the pros is, again, it's targeted in its purpose. That is, i.e. to provide one resource that helps someone know exactly what to consider or do when starting a charity. That is the purpose. Now for the pro of the targeted search term, it's relatively high search volume, and number 3, there is clear area of improvement over other competitors, and that is essentially tables and infographics, and try to write as long of an article as possible in much detail as possible. So that's the area of law. Again, the cons is, I wouldn't say, I mean, it's pretty high competition for because there are a lot of articles or checklists on starting a charity, but that's not really a con. as long as I could do better than them, it's not really a con. So I'll put it in there. But the other con is that it's not directly, it's not a search term that we're googling. The search term is I think that's the only con. Topic 5. Okay, almost there. Almost there, guys. Almost there. So, what I'll do is, let me just switch it up. I'll have a look at Shark Pittman League. I'll have a look at another competitor and I'll see what their resources are. So, the articles, have a look at all the articles. These guys take their SEO seriously because you can see that they've written a lot. They've written a lot and recently as well. Charities and not-for-profit, fantastic, and they've also made it easy to search through their library as well. So here's what I'm thinking as I scroll through these articles, is just how specific and niche each article is. Because at the beginning, when I'm writing a topic, or writing for a law firm, especially if they're a new client, I don't want to be too niche. Obviously, you want to niche down further and further as you run out of topics, right? And as you run out of topics. But you also, at the beginning, want to create some articles that are a bit more broader, really to firstly give an impression to the client that they're hitting the right, that in their eyes that they're hitting some common questions that the clients are asking, or they know that the clients will have issues with or questions about. And secondly, we want to targets at the beginning. We want to have a few articles that are a bit broader. So there's a bit more search volume that would be going to that article. So it's more about trying to establish some early gains, some early wins with articles. And we can't get early wins if we write about a really specific topic, a really, really niche topic. Although there is value in doing that further down the line. So that's why I'm looking at a few. What are some topics that are broad enough? Probably the governance standards for charities. That would be pretty important. Yeah, this is pretty important. This topic. When someone creates a charity, they gotta abide by governance standards, regulations, right, rules. And so this article would be good to write an article about the rules that you have to abide by as a charity. It's like a one-stop shop guide on the rules that you need to abide by. So people just go to the article and see, okay, these are the rules I need to abide by. Cool, let me see if I've done it or not. So this is a pretty good article topic. Let me just Google it though. Let me just have a look. Oof. The only bad thing is all the search results are dominated by government websites, which means it's unlikely to push through as well. But you kind of want to. I'm just thinking. As you already know now, especially if you've made it through to this part of the video, I'm hesitating because there's so many, because all the search results are government search results. Indicates to me you'll be very unlikely to get an article ranking high for this search term. Not that I'm saying all these articles are written very well, right, or optimized for SEO. They're pretty. I probably wouldn't. This is probably not a topic I'd write about right now. No. You know what? I would maybe have a look. Difference between a non-for-profit and a charity. Not for profit versus charity. Should I register as a charity? Have a look. Registering as a charity. Have a look. So registering as a charity is a rather high volume keyword apparently in Google. So let me see the competition. So because we're at topic number 5 now, you probably can guess what I'll be doing. I'll be looking at all the competition and seeing what's missing, what we can improve on. Let's have a look. I'm going to look at the government results as well. So this registering as a charity is still a pretty broad search term because, again, there could be a lot of different intentions when Googling this, right? There could be people who want to know how to register as a charity. There are people who want to know, or people who want to actually register as a charity, like they're actually wanting to do it as opposed to wanting to find out more about how to do it. And so this could mean, again, 2 more topics to write about. So one would be, well, not 2 more topics, but a topic would certainly be how to register as a charity. That'll be one topic. Actually, I probably should do that. That's topic number 5. And the other topic, or the other, I guess, other page that you want to rank for is a services page. If you have the time to create one on your website that actually advertises your services as a law firm in helping clients register as a charity. So those are the 2 sort of things you certainly want to have search results that address all the intentions of someone Googling a particular search term, right? If it's a search term that, and I'm not saying this is possible, it's just theoretically. That's just the way I'm thinking. So topic number 5 is how to register as a charity. Targeted search term would be registering as a charity because that has 720 search terms. 720 searches a month, which is quite high, especially in the area of law. So, what are the pros of this topic and search term? Well, first pro is the topic is, again, it's targeted in its purpose, i.e. answers one simple question of how to register as a charity, right? It is high search volume, so that means they are. If you rank high, then we'll be able to get more organic traffic to the website and more leads as a result. And thirdly, let me have a look. Are there any clear areas of improvement? Oh God, why is this in a PDF? Okay, yeah, there are clear areas of improvement. Here they are, right? So the area of improvement really is, again, tables and infographics. It actually be good to have an infographic that says step 1, and it's like a step 1, step 2, step 3. Let me just Google infographics. Yeah, okay, cool. Certainly a sort of a steps or a checklist on how to register as a charity. That would be an area of improvement. Secondly, is a lot of these articles, or a lot of these search results aren't actually articles, or if valuable articles. They're actually just landing pages that advertise, like Spritmore, for example. It's just a landing page advertising their services. And it's clearly not. I mean, they clearly have a few helpful tidbits on how to register as a charity, but they haven't put much effort into it because this is a landing page. It's not an article that's trying to help people. So we could certainly write. There's clear areas of improvement over other competitors. We could certainly write a longer article that goes into more depth about each steps, makes it easier to understand what each step is, and can put in a table or put in an infographic as well. So, yeah. Cons. The con is the search term is rather broad. So there are multiple intentions of a site visitor who is Googling registering as a charity. So that is a con, and so it means you're competing with more people. You're competing with more search results and articles and pages that are trying to target different intentions, which means it's probably a bit harder to rank higher. For the first batch of articles, these 5 is a pretty good balance of trying to create articles that are solely to. I mean, not all articles are supposed to provide value, right? But so I need to look at the camera. I've been looking at my little loom, little thing in the corner there. So these 5 topics it's a good starting point. I'll certainly send these to our client. But they're good because it strikes a balance between article topics that are really more optimized to written with the main purpose of trying to capture as much organic traffic from high search volume keywords, and also has a good number of topics that are really just providing value, helpful content that is not necessarily supposed to try to capture organic traffic from high volume key search terms. So those are the top 5. Those are the 5 articles, and yeah. So that is how I create. This is the exact steps of writing topics for a law firm who want to increase their SEO results, and the process that I've gone through can be applied to many other niches as well. So it's not just law. It really could be anything, right? So I guess to really boil it down to boiling down the steps, it really is to firstly to really boil it down. There's a few steps in this entire process of finding the topics and the keywords that you want to write about and rank for. It's really looking using a few tools. I use Keyword Researcher and keysearch.co, using them to find a few search terms and topics that are getting more searches in general, to really understand for yourself what are the main topics that people care about in this area of law. Secondly is to look at some competitor articles and their insights library or their blog library to see what articles there, to give you a bit more idea of what sort of other topics are related to this area of law that you should be writing about. First step is just doing Google searches of key search terms that you think are relevant or helpful, and looking at the competitors, seeing what you could do better than the competitors. That could include making sure that you can include infographics, you could include lists, you can include tables, you could write a better article, you could write a longer article. So that's the next step, and then the step after that is what is it? Step after that is, yeah, that's it. Those are the steps. Again, not very polished video, but it's certainly very long. But hopefully, it's very helpful to someone. I'll certainly want to edit this down a bit more to make it a bit more digestible, because I know that everyone's time is valuable. So, my goals really for this YouTube channel is to provide as much value as I can, and make it easy for you to get the value. So, I understand that this very long video makes it harder for you to get the value. So in the future, I promise I'll be making shorter videos that include the same amount of value, or if not more value. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. And yeah, just leave your comments and questions down below. I respond to every single one of them. So yeah, thank you so much, guys.